Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another settlement video. Before we jump into this one, quick channel announcement. I am going to be transitioning all my settlement builds from the PlayStation 4 over to PC. So what does that mean exactly? First things first, video quality is going to go way up. The PlayStation 4 is only really capable of doing 720p recording at a very high compress rate. Which if you watch my videos, you've seen the pixelation when I'm moving around fast. So that's going to be a heck of a lot better. The biggest thing is that I'm going to have access to way more mods and going to be doing a whole bunch of really new, neat, cool things. That also means that we are going to be revisiting quite a bit of the same settlements that I've already done in whole new styles, though. Like, everything's going to be completely brand new, all good stuff. I've just basically reached the limit of what the PlayStation 4 can do when it comes to building my settlements, and I want to keep offering you guys a lot more better content as I move forward with the channel. So the only way to really do that is to transition over to PC. I don't have a set date yet. We're just going to finish up a few of the settlements that I have going here as much as I can. I've already been running into a lot of issues with stability, so I'm going to do what I can and slowly work my way over to PC. That might also mean that I do a new series as well where I can showcase building a settlement from start to finish. If you guys are interested in seeing that, I might consider doing that. So, without any further delay, let's go ahead and jump right into this settlement. As you can see, we have a settlement all the way out here on this lake. As for our location, we are just north of Sunshine Tidings Co Op. This is actually extended settlement from there, which is all the way back over there, using the Commonwealth Geck to get myself all the way over here. Doesn't mean the settlers interact with it, though, unfortunately. I've tried bringing them over, and it just doesn't work because it's just too far from the original settlement. So I've kind of turned it into its own little settlement called Sun Lake City. I got a few new assets here, which is part of the S'mores building. It's one of the ones I talked about in one of my previous videos. Again, all the mods that I'm using are in the description below, but that allowed me to get this nice little entryway here and these little mini giddy-up buttercups. I don't know why I put them there. I just decided to go ahead and do it. We got ourselves a little flag. Got a dam over there. That's part of the vanilla settlement that gives us this little lake here. Decided to just leave the little dock that was already here there and just kind of cleaned up the area around here to kind of make it a little bit better looking. Initially this was going to be only accessible via boat, but once I built the settlement and tried sticking a boat inside there, it was just too big. It just wouldn't fit. So I redid it, and now we have a dock that leads its way into it. So this settlement is inspired by the 1990 something or other movie called Waterworld, starring Kevin Costner. If you were alive back then, you know all the news about it. Had a huge budget and was just a flop at the box office, and people just, I don't know, for some reason didn't like it. It wasn't the best movie ever, but I actually kind of enjoyed it. And so this whole entire settlement is basically inspired by Waterworld. If you haven't seen the movie, I suggest give it a go. It's an old one from the 1990s, which kind of saddens me to say that it's an old one from the 90s, but is what it is, I guess. So right here we have our entryway. Everything here was built out of wood and junk and all kinds of different funky things like that to try and make it look like, you know, a typical post-apocalyptic world where everything was just kind of smashed together and you grab what you can and make what you can from that. And so that's what we got going on here. So in building this settlement, I tried to put in as many different walkways and bridges as I possibly could, going in all kinds of different directions. And as you see, once we take the tour, there's a whole bunch of different ways to get around to all these different places. And actually, now as I'm looking at it, I probably should have put some supports in this big long bridge up here to kind of make it look a little more realistic. But Initially, there was supposed to be the boat right in here, and I didn't want to do that, and I could have put some of these sideways ones in, as you see right there, but apparently I forgot about it, so we'll just pretend it's there and just move along. Here we got a little bit of fish decorations for, obviously these people are definitely heavily on fishing. Got another little walkway here with some more fish decorations in the background there, and just a whole bunch of living spaces and shops all around this place. Right over here, we have our first little home. This door is provided by S'mores, as I had mentioned. All new content, nice little kitchen in here, and basic living, nothing too fancy. I did put up another guard post up here. Those are actually supposed to be functional guard posts, but as I said, the NPCs don't like this spot, so they don't come out here, so nothing I can really do about it. In here, basic little living quarters. Got ourselves a little fireplace, little chemistry station there, just for the heck of it. Junk walls surrounding the entire place, just because it was extremely fitting. We have some more fishing decorations up there, a little mini dock that kind of leads to nowhere, just to, I guess, do some fishing. Who knows? I'm not big into fishing, just that happens to be the theme of this place. Again, another little living quarters. Got our painting. For a second there, it looked like the guy had a pig nose. Got a stove, some stocked shelves, bunk beds in here. And again, just basic living quarters. Over here, we actually do have a guard tower with a guard doing his job. All right, it's about time we finally had one of these in the video. These are actually craftable NPCs that come with one of the mini mods I'm using. I think that's part of USO, I want to say, where you can create them, and they don't do anything other than stand exactly where you put them, unless bad guys come around, in which case they will interact as in going after and shooting them. In here, another little living space. This one actually has a TV and painting couch and his own little tiny bedroom. A nice little raggedy shack thing going on here. And again, we got our little guard post up there, used out of a section of the boat. I love using things like this that, sections of a boat and whatnot that look really, really cool, that you can actually use as like a guard post. Just really adds to the whole ambiance. Some more decorations over here of a bunch of different barrels and crates and netting and all that kind of stuff. Again, trying to keep with the aquatic theme I got going on. Here's one of our first bridges that I had built that goes from one side straight to the other back to where we were. And there's one of our mini levels up there. Let's see, in here, again, basic living quarters. Got themselves a tiny little stove to cook, and maybe they even have a kid or something. And a little fridge with some food in it and some fully stocked shelves. I've showcased them numerous times, so I'm sure if you've been watching my videos, you're very familiar with them. This is new stuff to me right up here. These are boxcars, train boxcars that actually snap together and can create living spaces with them. So it's something I did. I made a couple of these in here and stuck two of them together to kind of make a double wide trailer in a sense, and got ourselves a little living space over there, dresser, have our little makeshift bedroom there, and kitchen and sort of dining room. These things are actually really, really neat, and I love the fact that they do actually snap together, which makes it very easy to build with. The only thing I had to change was I had to put this cap on the end of it. This is an industrial building type cap or something or other. Just so I can have doors, because the only doors in these things are on the sides, and the ends you can have open, but there's no way to put any kind of door to it. We also have a little side door here. You can see how it functions, that if need be, you can push the dresser over and jump out in case of an emergency, fire, bad guys, who knows, whatever. Down in here, this was initially going to be some sort of marketplace. I started kind of working it into it, but it wasn't really functioning, so I just kind of did one little store here. It's a armor depot. Got a couple of mannequins and shelves full of all the different types of armors from all the different factions in the game, and some ammo, basic decorations there. And coming around this way, we have the other house down here that sits on the side of the main gate. These were the first two structures I built, this one and the one on the opposite side. As you can see, this one's much bigger, a little nicer, a little more expanse to it. Kitchen, living room, dining room down here, and we have an upstairs up there, of course, because it's upstairs. And up here we have our bedroom, a couple of couches and ottomans, and a little working computer desk here. This section I decided to just kind of leave the wall open just because I thought it was kind of neat, and stuck a little patio table and chairs out here, and right in here we have our bathroom with a nice little toilet and bathtub, and that's basically it. That's all you get. So that's all you really need, I guess, to wash and go. And that's the other main building, as I said, using stuff like these fishing decorations and whatnot also just helps to add to the ambiance to make this place look much more lived in. And so right above, you can see we have some trailers and some more of the boxcars. So we're going to go ahead and head on up there. As you can see, we have staircases heading all kinds of different directions, but for now we're going to... Oh, before we head up there, I forgot about these guys here. Got a trailer over here. Here, basic living spaces again. Got ourselves a bedroom and a little chair and table, kitchen, dining room, and over here just a tiny little one-man shack with his little bed, his little fridge, and little stove and couch. And all right, so let's go ahead and head on upstairs and see what else we got going on up here. So up here we have some of these trailers that you cannot enter, but they do have lighted windows, so it does look like there is people home. Even though there is not, and there's no way to get into these places. It's just part of one of the things that came out through S'more's, just a decoration to kind of fill in space. Over here they got their little kiddie ride there, so these people have a child, and that's pretty much about it. Very, very basic living quarters over here. And Place Anywhere tool that I forgot to get rid of. So go ahead and take your shot if you're doing that. Now, over here, this place has a story to it. Again, we have a little doghouse out here provided by S'more's. And inside here, we have a busted old door, so let's go ahead and take a look inside and see what we got. So over here, oh, it broke. I had a whole scene set up for you guys. You can see there's another skeleton right down there underneath the bed. That is a woman skeleton, and we have a male skeleton. And over here in the corner, we have another skeleton in the corner laying down here, and there is supposed to be a gun next to his side. This guy, as you can see, was a security guard, and he came home from work, found his wife in bed with another guy, shot them, and then offed himself. The scene almost totally plays out. Like I said, there is the other skeleton down there that you can sort of see it in there, but I tried. It looked really neat when I first did it, but you know, is what it is. So I guess use your imagination for that one. Up here again, more of these trailers. This is one of the ones that you cannot access. This one here, we can go ahead and take a look inside. I decided to do a nice little checkered floor and carpeting in here. Couple beds, table, some decorations, the usual stuff. And over here we have our other boxcar. So with this one, I decided to go the sideways route so that we can actually use the door to enter and exit the place. In here we have our dining area complete with a full kitchen. I don't know if this is S'more's or one of my other ones, but whatever. Again, it's all in the description, so you can check them out. S'more's has their own version of this. And there's also one for like CVA and the fully stocked shelves one that I'm always talking about. Over here we have our little kitchen area with a little bench seating area for, you know, if you just want to have breakfast, whatever, without actually going over into the dining room. Fully stocked shelves, fridge, stove, everything, everything you could possibly need. Over in this corner we have the but the only bedroom in the whole place, complete with curtains. I actually used the Place Anywhere tool to glitch a solid beam up in there to look like the curtains are actually attached to something, so they're not just kind of floating in the air. A little bit of privacy, and looks good. A couple of dressers and functional lockers, and then over here we have our living room. Not much to do other than stare at the painting or listen to the radio or warm yourself by the fire. And of course this door leads out here, out into our own sort of little private deck with access to more walkways that lead all over the place. Before that, we're going to head back down over this way where we came and head on up these stairs over here. I'm sort of kind of showing you this in the order that I built it, but not 100%, so that's kind of why I'm jumping around a little here. So this is the first upper section right over here, just a couple of houses that I decided to throw in. And here we have our little dining area, beds, nice little stove where we're cooking up something using a burn barrel. I decided to use that instead of the typical fire camp stoves, things that I usually use below these. Also use this little plank of corrugated metal down there so it doesn't look like they're going to burn down the whole entire city, which is possible since everything's basically made of wood. Oh, got to close that door, going the other way. Alright. So in here, again, just more basic living spaces. They've got a hole. Maybe they use that for their bathroom, who knows. Definitely bad for the people down below, but whatever. Kitchen, dining room. Actually, this is the one that uses s'mores. I think it's called like Let's Eat or something like that in the description. Nice, got little Brahmin steaks or whatever, some flowers and some candles. Moving along. And over here we have our last house on this level. Oh, no, sorry, I went the wrong way. Ha, we already went to that house, so ignore that. Okay, this is the last house. So in here, a couple of benches, bed. We have a crib. I don't know why I didn't put a wall here. I think I had a reason, but who knows? Maybe if they don't like the kid, they're just gonna push him out the wall that way. Who knows? I don't. I've got a sick sense of humor. Over here, another fully stocked dinner table, and decided to use a camping stove over here for their cooking needs, just because, you know, it's something different. So down over here now we finally go up onto the top level. This is where we were before, leading out of there and off to the side of this other boxcar thing. We have ourselves a little diner. Of course you have to have some place to eat. So in here we have a whole bunch of bench seating. We have a bar. We have a radio, which I will not be using so we don't get copyright strikes. And here you can see a full bar counter. That is used from Smore. Again, I love that mod. It's got all kinds of neat stuff like this that I've been wanting for a long time. Threw in some basic bar decorations. We got some stacked bottles. We have some spouts and some kegs and whatnot. A whole bunch of trays full of all kinds of stuff. And yeah, we got ourselves a nice little bar / restaurant up here. Don't necessarily have to call it the Drumlin Diner, but it was a sign, so I decided to use it. And finally over here we have this last building, which is not owned by the friendliest person in the world, or is it owned by the non-friendliest person in the world? They don't want anybody coming in here. So we got ourselves a little chain link fence trying to keep people out. And let's see what we got going on inside here. So let's go ahead and enter. Oh, and we fall into a trap. Got ourselves a little trap door, and as soon as you fall through, you got this little trap here that when you land on it, stabs you, kills you. So yeah, as I said, not the friendliest person in the world, and they most certainly do not want visitors, but we're going to go ahead and go inside anyway so that we can complete the tour. But yeah, as you can see, we got ourselves a little trap door there that when you step on it, fall through and right into the other trap. Don't necessarily have any big secrets in here other than they are experimenting on dead super mutants. This was created using the Place Anywhere tool, as well as I think USO or something like that, to get me the super mutant body, as well as like the meat sacks and meat crates that I can use for displays. And I used the Place Anywhere tool to glitch it into the body to make it look like this one was maybe blown up or is being dissected or something. Got ourselves a nice little gory super mutant there, and some experimentations going on and all kinds of funky stuff. And so as you can see, this guy definitely wants his privacy for whatever he plans on doing with the super mutant over there. But so there you go. That's the whole tour of my little Waterworld settlement build here. I really wish that Bethesda had been able to do stuff like that vanilla-wise to let you build onto lakes and stuff like this, because you can come up with really cool stuff like this, as you see. But they don't, so it's up to the modders to create things like the Commonwealth Geck to make it possible to be able to do all this kinds of stuff, and I'm very glad that that they do, so that we can have a lot of fun with this kind of stuff. But yeah, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, we are going to be transitioning over to PC. And like I said, new stuff coming with that. Possibly build along videos, something, who knows. If you guys want to see something specific like that, let me know. Or if you have any ideas of stuff you want to see, post them down in the comments, and I'll be glad to try and do whatever I can. Until then, don't get irradiated.